everybody, welcome back to Cruise Week TV. I am here with Ricky. He is Cruise Director on Majesty of the Seas. Now, you have been a Cruise Director for quite a while now, but tell us a bit about your background.
Oh, wow. I've been at sea for 22 years, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, I know I don't look it. But I started 22 years ago as a bar waiter. And over the years I've grown. I became interested in the role of cruise director or the entertainment department, I would say about 6 months into my first contract on ships. And from there I set up a plan as to how I would attain the role of cruise director.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and so I've worked through that through all the years, but I've been cruise director now for 16 years. 16 of the 22 years.
What first got you interested in a career on ships?
I come from a sort of a family line of cruisers. My dad worked on cruise ships.
Oh, wow.
My uncle, I had two uncles that worked on cruise ships. So all the stories that they would come back home with, photos, and talk about all their adventures. While I was a kid, I got interested in that lifestyle, so to speak.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you came on the bar staff, then you set your goals. So what made you change from, was bar staff just something you, to get a foothold in here?
No.
Did you always attain to cruise director, or did you just come on wanting to be on the cruise and then you're like, oh, I want to do this?
Correct, yeah. So I came on initially with no expectations really, because I didn't know what working on a cruise ship was all about. But the initial reason why I asked my dad, I told my dad I want to work on cruise ships. I wanted to travel. I want to experience all that adventure that he would talk about. It's not so much to work on the ship, but I saw it as a way to explore the world. And then when I got here, I realized, wow, I could make a career out of working on cruise ships. And the most exciting job that I saw was the entertainment staff. And the cruise director's job, so yeah.
Right, so from bar, did you go right to cruise director, or did you work for entertainment staff?
So it started bar waiter, bartender, bar storekeeper, DJ, cruise staff, assistant cruise director.
Oh, wow. And have you always worked with Royal?
No, I worked for one of our other competitors who should remain nameless for 13 years.
Oh, wow.
And then I've been with Royal now for 9 years.
9 years. Now, which, in your bio on the ship, it said you've worked on all different classes of ships. Which ones have you gone on?
I've worked on all the Royal Caribbean classes of ships. So I've worked on the Mega class, I've worked on the Vision class, Radiance class, Voyager class, Freedom class, Oasis class, and Quantum class.
Lord. So what is the main differences as a cruise director working on these smaller ships versus the mega ones like Oasis?
The big difference is that there's just more infrastructure processes to manage. On Oasis, the entertainment program is much more vast. Aqua theater, ice skating rink, Broadway shows, a bigger sports area with flow riders, zip line, mini golf. So it's a bigger operation. There's just more moving parts to keep under one umbrella to be in charge of. On a small ship, you rely more specifically on your talent. You and your staff, it's more of a person-to-person contact that makes the difference compared to a larger ship where it's more balance of there are a lot of things a guest can do on their own, and there are a lot of things that we facilitate. But while on a small ship, it's more facilitation. So.
Right. So what's a typical day for you, both on a port day such as today and one where it's a sea day? I mean, what do you start off and what time do you begin?
The big difference between a port day and a sea day is on a sea day, there's more floor time. So there's more floor time with the guests, more interaction with the guests, hosting more activities, more game shows. So it's more floor time, while in port is time to catch up on emails, make future plans for cruises coming down next year, groups coming on board. So a lot of administrative work. You try to take care of that during the port days when your floor time is not as needed as much because guests are out.
Gotcha. So how long do you typically stay on one ship before you go to another ship?
On average, well, contract runs 4 months, and you can be assigned to a ship for that over a year, a year, 2 years. Most cruise directors will not be assigned to a ship for more than 2 years at a time.
Is there one port that particularly, apart from Jamaica, since that's your hometown, not counting that one, another one?
Actually, I wouldn't count it.
Okay, good. Been there, done that kind of thing. Okay, so is there one that really sticks out in your mind, one that never gets old, one you look forward to returning, even if it's you're not on that itinerary now, one you're looking forward to?
Well, not a port. It's kind of hard to kind of grab one moment and hold on, because the world is so amazing, and when you travel it, you see so many places that you want to repeat, you want to see again and again. But in terms of a region, one of my real favorite is the Mediterranean.
Oh yeah.
Sailing from Barcelona, going over to Italy and to Greece, and all those amazing Mediterranean coast, the Amalfi Coast, Cannes, all of that region. Absolutely fall in love with all those ports of call.
Apart from the amazing views as you come into the dock, do you get much time to get off the ship and actually experience the culture, or do you get like an hour here and an hour there?
Very short time, yes, very, very short time. And the trick is that many of the ports that have amazing sites to visit are far away. So you need to get a 2 hour or 3 hour bus ride, or train ride into the city and back. And as with my work schedule, I can't take 10 hours off to go and explore. By the time I get back, I will be exhausted. I won't have energy to function. But I try my best to plan it and be strategic and go out and see as much as I can.
All right. Now, obviously, looking at physique here, you hit the gym quite regularly. How many hours a week do you go to the gym?
I'm going to say, I never actually counted. I just go when the time is available. But I go typically 4 or 5 times a week. And I would spend an average, I would say, an hour and a half, sometimes less, sometimes 45 minutes. Sometimes it's a quick go, because it's all I can fit in, and I'll just go in. I might just do abs, or I might just do cardio, and then sometimes I'm able to do a full 1 hour and a half or so.
Got it. Yeah, because everyone seems to be so much in shape, and I'm sure with all the food here, it's kind of hard.
It is. I guess it comes to discipline, and especially if I like to be active. I dance and the theme parties. I like to just be active and be able to move around easily.
What's like your favorite go-to meal?
Oh my goodness! I love Thai food.
Oh yeah.
My favorite go-to food, wherever I can find it, wherever I can get, is Thai food. Amazing. The flavors, the spice, all that stuff. I so
agree with you.
Love Thai food.
So what is the most challenging part of your job?
The most challenging part of the job is to find the balance, to strike the balance, because each cruise you get a different group of guests. And guests are folks that you've never met before. Typically when you're planning, say, a party or an event at home, you typically have an idea of who your audience will be, and so you can plan according to. We don't necessarily know exactly who our audience is going to be, so the challenge is to strike that balance where everyone will enjoy the vacation in their own way, without disrupting other guests. So it's striking the balance and making sure that the guests really have a good time.
Got it. Great. Now, obviously, we have a lot of first-time cruisers that haven't been on a cruise before. They watch the show to get information. What piece of advice would you give them when they're getting ready for their first cruise, or trying to pick a ship, or just trying to figure out what to do so that they can have such an amazing time as we have?
I think a little bit of homework before you cruise would be helpful to get, because the ships vary in what they offer and what they can offer, and what you would be interested in participating in. So my advice would be do a little bit of research, homework on not just book a cruise, but what does this particular ship offer, and how will the ship meet your needs? Are you an active person? Are you a leisure person? Are you more interested in the ports that you go out and explore the ports of call. So a little bit of homework will help. So once you get here, some of your expectations, you know these expectations will be met. And once you get on board for a first-time cruiser, get on, do the excursions, explore, and also for first-time cruisers, the newsletter, what we call the Cruise Compass, is very important. Many times our guests don't realize that we actually have that, or the importance of it, until the third day or fourth day of the cruise. So they miss quite a few things that has gone on. So I would say grab the whatever ship that is, grab their daily newsletter, go take up 5 minutes, go through it, read through it, and highlight the things that, oh, this looks interesting. Oh, I've heard of this, but I've never done this before. And so a little bit of work on the guest part will help them really have an amazing time. And don't be afraid to just do something that you've never done before. If you never danced, try, you know. If you've never eaten a certain type of food from a certain place, give it a try. Don't be afraid to try things.
Oh yeah. Now, just one last question. Obviously, you've been a cruise director and around cruise ships for a long time. How has cruising changed over the years?
Wow, yeah, cruising has changed. The biggest change, I think, is the infrastructure, the ships themselves, I mean, you can almost do anything that you can do on land. You can find a ship that offers that now, whether it be bumper cars, whether it be rock climbing walls, waves. I mean, so
ice skating, on a ship.
The amenities and the size of the ship has really exploded. I think that's the biggest change in terms of service and quality of service. I think that remains, because that's the center of the success of the company. But the offerings, the amenities, is just mind-blowing, and it keeps getting better and better, especially with Royal Caribbean.
Hey, thanks for watching that video. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. But if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, turn on notifications. We've got a whole lot more videos for you coming right up. Hit that subscribe button and check these videos out right here.